Welcome to the Von Jono predicament. The news simply will not stop happening. In fact, can we stop playing this calming music? This is not appropriate. We need something like more driving, powerful.
Would you know?
No, that is very wrong. I cannot stress enough just how wrong that is, okay? It's inappropriate, quite frankly. Okay, a little bit better. Don't know if we can afford the rights, though. Oh, okay, that'll work. Anyway, this music is a reflection on the current state of American politics, which is, at this very moment, in fact, a train headed off the cliff. President Joe Biden, Brandon, many are saying, many such cases, he has admitted to wearing a diaper and proceeding to poop in said diaper, and also sometimes confuse his wife and his daughter, and that results in no changes in fondling, and so he has stepped down from the 2024 presidential race and endorsed his vice president, cackling Kamala Harris. That's right, we're going with cackling Kamala. Let's see if that sticks. Point is, Joe Biden is in hiding, presumably due to being dead or at least confused. What's going on? What's happening? We'll break down the full state of the race, how this changes everything, and what the inevitable Donald Trump landslide victory will look like. I'm a moderate centrist, so buckle up and get ready for some news, whether we like it or not, when the show starts right at once. I'm just saying we could have like a wider variety of music to choose from. Like, no, not Hootie and the Blowfish. Well, maybe the Blowfish. I like their early stuff. Hello, everybody. My name is Steve Von Jono, and this is the Von Jono predicament. This is a free speech hub for actual journalism. Heard of it? Away from the lying liars in the mainstream media who often say things that make you feel very sad, and they should cut that out because it is, quite frankly, rude. On this show, we deliver nothing but cold, hard truths. You will never find truths colder or harder. And it's just a coincidence that these facts ever so happen to make you feel good. And also, maybe the facts prove that your grandkids are the ones that are wrong. And that Tweety Bird meme you shared wasn't even that racist. They should talk to you again. I'm just saying, maybe Obama did put a bone in his nose at one point. He always said he went wild in college. So as you have probably heard by now, Joe Brandon Biden has dropped out of the 2024 presidential race and has endorsed his DEI hire. See, I didn't say N-word. It works. Vice President Kamala Harris. And let me address this up top. I am not quitting the show. You see, and I feel like you shouldn't even have to address this, okay? Because everyone bringing this up is, quite frankly, and get the kids out of the room for this one, a dork. But listen, I might have made a little announcement in the early days of the show that if Joe Biden actually finished his full 4-year term, I would delete all of my accounts and quit this show forever. I said some other stuff. Okay, let's just watch the video.
Hello, woohoo! Welcome! I don't fucking do the show. Welcome to the Von Jono predicament. It's 2020. Please don't make me do the show. Welcome to the Von Jono this is predicament. Yes, there's politics. Oh God. Please. Welcome. If Joe Biden finishes his 4-year term, I will delete all my social medias, and I will quit this show, and I will wear a diaper every day for a year, and I will pee in the diaper, and I will poop in the diaper, and I'm not allowed to change the diaper.
Okay, so I've grown a lot as a broadcaster. I now sweat so much less, and that's not just because of the pills producer Nancy Mom gives me. What's in those, by the way? Oh, you'll never tell? And in unrelated news, I should finish filling out that life insurance paperwork? On it. All right, sounds good. Point is, by dropping out of the 2024 race, Joe Biden has effectively ended his term. I mean, Sure, he hasn't technically done it and that he's, still the president, but in a deeper way, aren't we all simply spiritual beings in a transient state? And as much as any given moment we want to be president, we are in fact not the president and also are the president at the same time. I will not be wearing a diaper. Tell you who is wearing a diaper though. Joseph Robinette Rogan Biden, the guy who just dropped out of the presidential race. And because of that, I get to keep having a YouTube channel and not return any of the Patreon money. You're welcome for my service. Joe Biden has not been seen in public nor presumably in private for multiple days. He says he's not running again and then goes directly into hiding, the typical cowardice you expect from far left radicals like Joe Biden, who is, of course, the leader of Antifa. And every night he vandalizes AutoZones by taking out all the batteries and replacing them with copies of the Girl Ghostbusters DVD. And you simply have to ask, is it possible that Joe Biden has in fact died? And there is a vast conspiracy to hide this fact from normal, hardworking Americans like yourself and not your grandkids. They're not hardworking at all. What's a graphic designer? Stop making stuff up, Henry. He's at least had a stroke. Can we all agree on that, right? Like maybe he's not dead. Maybe there's electrical signals going through his brain and every few hours he gropes a nurse just out of habit, but he's clearly not all there, all right? And I'll tell you this, if he was there, they would release a video of him trying to get into a car. Okay, so that kind of just took a poo-poo all over my point. I don't know, maybe clear the videos we're going to play before I do the show. I'd look a bit less like a jackass. But listen, that is not how a well man gets into a car. Okay, a healthy dude backflips into an open convertible or just rips the door off with his bare hands and/or penis. Joe Biden is a decrepit fossil, and the only way he can prove to me, and by extension the entirety of the American people, a group I inarguably represent, that he is not actually dead and that he's being covered up in a kind of reverse Tupac situation, he's actually alive, it makes a lot of sense, is for him to do a barely coherent speech on live TV.
My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you tonight from behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office. In this sacred space, I'm surrounded by portraits of extraordinary American presidents. Thomas Jefferson wrote the immortal words that guide this nation. George Washington, who showed us presidents are not kings. Abraham Lincoln, who implored us to reject malice.
God damn it, guys, come on! I mean, sure, watch that whole speech, okay? And you tell me you're 100% sure he's still alive. Look at his watch. It was not set to the right time as the speech was going live, and there is no way that Joe Biden forgot how to set his watch and/or how time works conceptually. I mean, I had a grandpa once, New Lore, write this down, and we didn't notice he was dead for several days. Okay, he had been shot by a mafia assassin because he was, I don't know, like running drugs or something. And anyway, he had invited these two interns at work over to his house because he wanted to frame them, but then they found his dead body, but they didn't want to lose out on an awesome weekend partying at a beach house. So they just pretended he was alive, and also everyone was so yacked out of their mind, it was 1986, that no one's noses picked up the putrid smell of his rotting body, and so they got away with it. And then in the next movie, there were some very respectful Jamaican characters who used voodoo to make him dance or something. And yes, the rumors are true. My grandfather was, of course, a VHS copy of Weekend at Bernie's and then a Comedy Central afternoon showing of Weekend at Bernie's too. But the point remains, Joe Biden is too old and he needs to drop out. And by dropping out, they've pulled an actual insurrection and should shut up forever. So this coup, and don't get mistaken, this is a coup. And also that word isn't spelled with an E, that's coup, very different. It's not one of those. It has left only one democratically elected nominee of a major party. Listen, you think people like Harris, they never voted for her. Even the blacks, sorry, that's offensive, the DEIs don't like her. Meanwhile, Donald Joseph Trump, we need to give him a cooler middle name like Jebediah, maybe. He has not only won the vast majority of votes in the Republican primary, but he also has been personally anointed by God himself, who deflected a bullet away from his head and into the body of a firefighter who was probably cool. I don't know. What was his name again? I don't know, whatever. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, has not been selected by specifically Christian God, who I'm also a moderate centrist on. And you can tell that because she doesn't have any kids. We are looking at America's first barren womb presidency, and you're okay with that? It only makes sense. And sure, Kamala does have stepchildren, one of which is apparently a bipolar art hoe, and that's cool, and I highly recommend you do some research on stepmoms online. You'll find a lot of cool stuff. But why are we letting these ultimately childless cat moms, many of them with relatively small boobs, or at least boobs of an unknown quantity, make decisions for us as a society? They have no skin in the game. And speaking of skin, show us what you're working with, Kamala. I bet it's a hearty C cup at best, maybe even C minus. And I know what you're saying. Steve, you don't even have kids. Why are you lecturing us on how we should run things, you stupid fat loser with bitch tits? Eat a dick. And first off, stop cyberbullying. Secondly, I have been trying to have kids, okay? It's just that, well, I'm probably infertile due to a series of accidents as a child that were on purpose. Producer Nancy Mom, she was trying to outdo the Jews. So she invented something called super circumcision, and it was... Okay, let me clarify. I do technically have a penis. Also, no one's willing to have sex with me. Point is, I think we are easily looking at a huge Trump victory. They are going to try to portray Kamala as a revolutionary candidate just because of her gender, which they don't even think exists. Checkmate. Also, they're going to claim she's the first black president, and that's a lie. We already had a black president. His name was Grover Cleveland, and he was elected in, I think, 1994. Also, is Kamala even black? I look at her and I'm like, what race is this guy anyway? Turns out half black, half Indian, okay? So she buys her Swisher Sweets at 7-Eleven. All right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wait, actually, that's not even a good joke. They actually do sell those there. Shit. Fuck. Shit. This is hard. Did I mention her tits are probably small? Plus, she's never pushed a baby out of her bottom front hole. Also, I think she blew Montel Williams at some point. These are all big issues for Rust Belt voters, so we got this. Also, Trump has selected J.D. Vance as his running mate, and you know that's a great choice because the mainstream media can't stop making up lies about him, saying that he's a racist or a sexist or that Glenn Close lost a slam dunk career Oscar for playing his grandmother. And even worse, she lost to the old Asian woman from Minari, which is a movie that no one saw. And I don't think that old bitch has even done one single movie since then. She's nobody. And what's that? Oh, she did the motion capture for all the tornadoes and twisters. Oh, shit. Well, God damn it. By the way, I should mention, I, of course, did grow up with J.D. Vance. We are both proud alumni of George Lincoln Rockwell High School. Go! We don't need to actually say what the mascot was, but J.D. Vance was very popular. He played all the sports and, of course, won class president 4 years running. Now, I don't necessarily agree with all of his policies, such as outlawing water and also killing his political opponents. But I'll tell you this, he kept those hallways clean. Well, cleaner. There was still a lot of blood, but, you know, less. Obviously, MAGA is winning. Trump is winning. And you personally are winning. And you, my friend, can take that to the bank. And if you go to the bank to deposit it and they possibly tell you that, in fact, you can't deposit feelings or words, and also your bank account has been overdrafted for several years, ever since you bought a Subway sandwich at a gas station in 2018, you just tell them, hey, buddy, Kamala Harris has a terrible pussy. And that should end the whole thing. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Oh, we're having fun here in the Vongino Predicament. I'm gonna get this edited, posted soon. I'm doing a live stream today at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on this YouTube channel or this Rumble channel, wherever you find it. Point is like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Hit all the buttons down there, okay? Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, follow on TikTok, follow on Instagram, follow on X, a website that's always been called that. And most importantly, follow on patreon.com. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, some are even saying gentlemen, for $5 a month, count it, you get a free weekly bonus episode. You get exclusive behind the scenes footage. You get to vote on what song I open live streams with and other things at some point, probably. Even better, you get an executive producer credit. It's an executive producer credit. I didn't know I was gonna sing, but now I'm doing it, 'cause these people paid for it. They paid to hear me sing. I bet it's really conflicting with the music playing underneath, but I don't give a hoot. I don't care, I don't care. Get the kids out of the room, cause I don't give a crap. Meow. All right, guys, got the live stream today. Got more videos coming at you right soon. I love you, and until next time.
What's Kamala Harris's booty deal? Is it a nice booty? The American people deserve to know.
Shut up and sit down.